and grateful to be here with you. Getting my coffee on. This is Carlos with the Amish Matchmakers. And we love helping others. We help Amish singles to find godly spouses, develop epic marriages, create a legacy that is rooted in faith, freedom, above all else, love. Love is the key. So we're live today. Yesterday, I was live at 6:30, and talking about relationships. Yesterday was creation code, and the best way to develop a great relationship is to have a good identity. And that's what the men's Bible study that I've been honored and privileged to be a part of and help to lead. We've been talking about his creation code. And with that code, about developing anything, creating anything by using the code in Genesis, you can create anything successfully if you choose to. It's a great strategy. It's a great recipe for success. His creation code for success. So, thought I would check in and see how you're doing this morning. Have a little talk about love and finish strong. It's Friday. Good morning, Phyllis. I understand you're going to the beach, Miss Phyllis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see. Yeah, getting set up. I'm going live on our school platform too. A little bit of everything combo going on here. So, how are you this morning? What's going on in your world? Hope all's well for you. Oh my goodness, I bet it's going to be awesome, Phyllis. Congratulations on a fun trip, girls' trip, ladies' trip. Whoop, whoop. Heck yeah. All right, y'all. So let's see what we got here. Let's get this going. Awesome. Here we go. Good morning. Good morning. Love Talk with the Amish Matchmaker. Here we go. We're also on live on school now, and we're just going to get right into it here. A topic we were talking about his creation code a little bit yesterday. Some of you that joined us live hopefully saw that. I'm going to be posting the recording on school platform as well of that Bible study. I have several of them. We're on day 4 of creation code. This is your first time plugging in and seeing us here on social media, here on YouTube, on our channel, YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook. We're glad you're here. Thanks for being here, and appreciate you. We are Amish matchmakers. It's our reputation. We are not Amish, though. Everyone will say, "You're not Amish. Why are you on social media?" You're right. We're not Amish. However, we do help the Amish. That's our reputation. We've helped several coming from the Amish culture by language and by culture. They are Amish or Mennonite, Anabaptist background. And so that's a reputation we have, and it's because we've helped so many over the years. The last almost now 5.5 years, we're in our sixth year, I guess. It's 2026. We started in 2020. We helped Jesse Kaufman, who is a well known and plugged in to the culture and community of the Amish man, and we helped him and his wife Edina to come together, mentored them, coached them, and then they joined us in the journey. It's been a beautiful journey. And now they are in Costa Rica, but we still work together as they help singles to get married, single to married community that they have developed and are growing and nurturing and helping singles. And then we have Epic Your Life. Oh, there it is, Epic Your Life community. And in our community, we help you develop your legacy and your businesses and your family and your children. So we take it to the next level. Jesse and Adina help you to get married, sense of skills and strategies that we created. They've utilized it for the single married group. And then once you get engaged, or we help you to match up, a few of them we've helped to match up over 30. I think we're at about 30 couples now over the last 6 years that we have helped. Several of them we have even officiated their weddings. So just kind of give you a background about us, Chantel and I. But welcome. If this is your first time, welcome. But say hello. I'd love to hear from you. People jump on here and say hello on our social media, and I'm grateful for that. Grateful for the good comments and the questions about relationships. We definitely want to answer those. We are live. I'm not AI. I'm not fake. And we are live, yes, right now in Georgia, Social Circle, Georgia, and live on our YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, Carlos Campos. But again, our TikTok and our YouTube channel is Amish Matchmakers by reputation. So it's interesting, right? The Amish are amazing. The Mennonites are amazing. Beautiful, incredible culture of homesteading and just, yeah, we've learned so much from them. And they love people well. They love community. They love gathering. And so there you go, a little background on why I'm here. We do our best to give good wisdom towards relationships and connection through the 3 C's of connection and love and affection. The 3 C's are confidence, communication, commitment. Those are our core activities. If you've heard it once, you've heard it a million times. If you plug in here, this is what we do. And it is through, our core activities are actually Triggers to Triumph, Epic 30, MVP. But what we accomplish with those 3 core activities is we build your confidence, your communication, and your commitment skills. 3 C's of connection, 3 C's of love. So we try to keep it simple. There is a lot more to it. It's very, very complex. Some of you on our school platform know there's a lot to it in the sense of we have a course on there called Connection DNA that we believe will, over time, as you plug in and you press play over and over and over, and you listen to it, it will shift your very DNA into that of connection and love and affection through repetition of plugging in and pressing play and learning about yourself and about others. It will cause you to have greater love, greater affection, and greater benefits. When you have love and you have connection, you have affection with the Father first, Papa God, loving yourself and loving others. It's a beautiful thing. So I hope you're here to collaborate and gain some wisdom on relationship. Finish strong Friday. It's Friday, April 3rd. So yes, we are Amish for real. Amish matchmakers for real. There's not very many Amish in Georgia. Most of our clientele are in Indiana and Ohio. We have some in Montana as well, a little town in Libby, Montana. It's very well known. Amish town. So there you go. Just to answer your question, that person making a comment on YouTube. So yeah, you're right. Georgia's not full of Amish. In this day and age, with Zoom and mentorships and digital world, we have been able to help a lot of people through mentorships, through our communities that we serve and work with. But they're online, a lot of them. So thanks for joining us. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about relationships and the creating a culture and creating a way of giving back and loving others. How do you love well as a family and as a legacy? Uh, Night to and affection. Hopefully, it's back. Are we back yet? Someone give me a thumbs up if we're back. My internet just glitched out. Unfortunately, it's been doing that early in the morning. Must be a switch over because I have Starlink switching satellites or something. But I hope we're back. We back? Looks like it. All right, so let's talk about family and connection and love and affection. If you are a single man looking to find love and find a godly spouse, you're in the right place. If you're engaged, dating, and want to take it to the next level of actually getting married, you're in the right place. We'll help you find it and create an epic marriage. And then if you're married and you want to make it epic in your relationship and your connection, please stick around because that's what we do here. We want to give you some skills on connection, love, and affection. And we believe the three best skills you can work on to develop your love and your connection is confidence, communication, and commitment. The three C's of love, the three C's of love and affection and connection. And so, with that said, one of the things that will definitely develop your confidence is to serve others and help others. And why am I bringing that up? Well, my wife and I, January 1st, we purchased a company, Nesbitt Repair. We just finished our 12-week year. This weekend, I will be sharing on his creation code because it's the first weekend of the 12-week year. So we always plan out by utilizing his creation code and the 12-week year planning schedule and looking at that and looking at what we want to accomplish in the big three areas of our lives. And so, anyways, with that said, um, when we bought this company, one of the things that we had was a mission to get back to serving others. Now, you can serve others and make money, and that's what we do there at Nesbitt Repair. We do electrical, plumbing, handyman services, and it is in Madison, Georgia. We serve Morgan County and Walton County, but mainly Morgan County right now. And what we do in our services is we do repairs, service calls, specialize in service calls and repairs, and so plumbing, electrical, and like I said, some handyman stuff. So, with that said, today, what is today? Today's Finish Strong Friday, but it's a very special Friday for us, and that is where we actually, thanks for the thumbs up, by the way, we actually serve widows and people in need. We did start it primarily for widows, but we have over the years branched out helping others. But let's talk about that. Why would we do that? And what does that have to do with connection and legacy and leadership? And what does that have to do with helping you to become more confident as a man? This is the Love Talk in the men's edition. So I'm speaking to the men, but also women too, as well. This is for you. It's about unity in connection in serving others. Now, again, you can unify and make money and serve others by doing services. But today, in particular, we are serving the widows and people in need that cannot afford our services at Nesbitt Repair. Now, this might sound strange and hopefully it's unique, but I want to tell you about it to inspire you to do the same. That's what I'm want to focus on today is what does that look like in a legacy? What does that look like in a family? So I'm going to rewind real quick if you'll stick with me and hang out. I want to tell a story about where we come from. I like stories, and my wife and I, Chantel, how we met a little bit briefly, and then how this ties into giving. Giving back, serving, and our hearts to serve and give back, and how it has created unity, connection, and bound us together as a couple and as a family, um, in our marriage and in our legacy and in our relationships with our children, even as a family and even as a community. We've really been able to bind together with our community over the years by serving others. So so I'm going to rewind a little bit. um, Chantel and I now have been married since 2011. However, we've been together since 2010. So about 16 years, 16 and a half years, we have been um, together. And when we got together, one of the things we did, and we were engaged and then got married, we spent our honeymoon in Belize. And why did we go to Belize? Because we had joined a community, DannyJohnson.com. Um, and we were learning about how they gave back. And one of the things they did was they had started building an orphanage in Belize. Well, Chantel and I fell in love with the idea of when we got married to serve and give. And so, literally, for our honeymoon, we went to Belize. We helped build an orphanage. We took our two children. For our wedding, we said, would you be willing to? We already had a home. We already had things accumulated from both Chantel and I together, combining our stuff. We had stuff, and we had already built out our home. So we didn't necessarily need things for our home and things for a new marriage. Instead, we said, would you be willing to donate and give? And then we will go and give this to the orphanage in Belize, and we will go serve them as well. And so it was really fascinating and awesome to get that. We ended up donating 1,000 to the orphanage in Belize based on people giving to us. We gave to the orphanage, and we promised we would do that. And then we also went there for our honeymoon and served at the orphanage, literally building with our physical hands, laying block and working with the people there to build the orphanage. My son Mateo was there. My daughter Hazel was little and was there, and Chantel was there. So the four of us as a family went there, and so our marriage and Mateo and Hazel both were Chantel's children, and when we got married, I became bonus dad, and now I've adopted Hazel, and she carries the Compost name, which is super amazing. So all right, so we got married, we went and served, and we started our relationship. Even our very honeymoon was based on giving back and serving orphans and building an orphanage in Belize, a part of um, Danny Johnson community. So we went there, did that. And then coming back from that, Chantel and I made a decision that this is what we wanted to do with our lives. We want to constantly give back. And so I'm going to name a few things that we actually did over the years that then led to what we're now doing with our company and what we also did with a company in California. And I say this and tell you this because I want to inspire you and tell you how it does create unity in your community, does create unity in your legacy, and does create unity in your family. Are you with me still? Okay. So we went to Belize, did that. We came back, and then we made the decision we're going to keep giving. How can we give? We ended up finding a way to give to um, there locally, and were living in California at the time. So we found an organization that gave to the poor and fed the poor on Skid Row, downtown LA. And then we met a gentleman who was doing something more. It was interesting. Churches and all kinds of people always gave food down on Skid Row to the homeless in LA. So that was very common. One thing though that was interesting was watching all these people give, and all these people give food and like clothing and things like that, and then watching the trash just pile up all over downtown LA and Skid Row and everywhere where the homeless was. It was just piling up because all the people that would come and give food and give clothing and things, and half the trash would just be thrown on the ground. Or it's really interesting. So we found a gentleman who had a ministry where it was called Skid Row Cleanup, and I believe to this day it's still going. I'd have to check that out. I'm not sure about that 100%, but we were there when he first started it. And Chantel and I and our kids, we jumped into it. And we realized that was a more powerful and more exciting and beneficial way to serve the homeless, was to actually help clean up where they were living, where they had their tents, where their homes were. And, it was interesting. Oftentimes they felt a sense of dignity to clean, have it clean, and they wanted to clean. They would grab a broom and grab shovels and the tools and help us and hold the trash bags, and they would be a part of it, the homeless people down there, because again they wanted it. They wanted to have some sort of sense of pride of having it cleaned up and picked up. So it was really awesome, and they felt the love because we would serve them. Now it's interesting, Chantel and I have always had this thing where we want to serve and bless people, and it's for the purpose of loving them and not for the purpose of like, oh, well, you have to listen to my church message or my Bible lesson. We have plenty of those, by the way. We'll be glad to share, the Word of God and share the Bible as people are open and want it and desire it. But it was interesting because as we were doing food, we did some food stuff down there and served, and did some food kitchens a couple times, soup kitchens, and actually brought food, and we did lots of stuff like that. However, we shifted away because there were so many people doing that. And but what I was going to tell you is when we were giving food, it was often people said, "Well, do I have to listen to your Bible study or your Bible lesson if you give me food?" And I was like, "No, here, bless you." So it was interesting how it was always connected to some kind of thing that they had heard millions of times about Jesus. And again, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying like it's interesting how that's what people go down there to do, is minister in that way. And it's interesting how they don't just want to be with the people and love on them and connect them and get to know them as people and show love through being genuinely interested in them and connecting with them. And that's what Chantel and I always did. We made it a point to not just go down there and, you know, cram Jesus down their throat, but actually just love on them like Jesus would, spend time with them. And it was awesome. We'd do Skid Row cleanup. It was on Saturdays, and it was every Saturday actually, or every other Saturday. I can't remember. I think we were going like every other Saturday in the beginning, and and then just blessing them and doing that. We'd go clean, and you had to be careful because seriously, it was amazing when we were cleaning up trash and stuff. There would be needles and things in the trash, and yeah, there was feces and all kinds of stuff. It was interesting. Again, not the most glamorous thing to do. However, we wanted to serve and bless them. We taught our kids to do it. Chantel had Hazel with her hand in her back pocket and said, "You stay right with me," and they would help. And Hazel would put on her little gloves. I think she was like 4 years old, five, somewhere in there, when we were doing this. And again, it was awesome to bless them and serve and work together, and to see that life and not shelter our kids from it, but to show them how to serve and bless and lead by example. So it was a very cool time. Then we usually have breakfast afterwards because we do it early, or just do something as a family or even as a group, those that would come and go, clean up Skid Row. And we did that for a number of years actually, over time. And we would also get with different people that were giving away clothing, and we would give away clothing. I'll never forget. Again, I'm talking about all these different ways that we served and gave, so you can see what it would do in our focus as giving back and serving, and how it united our family. I witnessed my son Mateo. He's now 26 years old, and he was, at the time, I believe he was 12 or 13, probably something like that. 14. Let's just say he's 14, which would have been about 12 years ago. And so that's probably about right. 12 years ago. So he was 14 at the time, let's say, and we were out there helping pass out clothing, and people were there gathering, and we were working with a shelter and things to help. I think a church or something help out, passing out. And it was winter in California. It's not freezing cold, but it was cold. And we're passing out coats, and all of a sudden, Mateo comes back to us. We are all kind of helping, and he comes back and he doesn't have a coat on that we got for him recently. And we're like, hey, what happened to your coat? And he goes, well, one of the they passed out. They ran out of coats, and this boy didn't have one, so I gave him mine. And thinking about it just makes me a little emotional because I love that. I love that we instilled that in our son, that even at 13, 14 years old, a young man would just give his own coat off his back. And we've always been that way as a family. And it's caused us to unite in so many ways of giving back and loving others well. And so um, we continue to do that. Matter of fact, we have now for this will be, I think, our number 13th year this December, 2026. So in 2013, maybe 14, we started going over to Mexico and giving to an orphanage there in Mexico. Pastor Lupe and Choita, and supporting them and blessing them, giving money, but then also going there every Christmas and just spending time with them and blessing them and getting them needs and things that they had need of. We would help them, but it started, I believe it was 2013 or 14. So it would be about 12 or 13 years this Christmas. Um, and so again, that was another way we gave. So we were doing Skid Row cleanup, we were feeding the homeless, we were doing some healing ministries on Skid Row. We've done some of that. Saw miracle after miracle is awesome. Then we did the orphanage, started that as well, going over to the orphanage at Christmas time. Instead of being a part of the commercial Christmas that US has, we'd go over there and just love and serve the orphans and spend time with them. They're young men, and like I said, Choita and Lupe over all the years have been amazing parents to them, and serving and blessing these boys and supporting them. Excuse me. And so watching our son, watching our daughter grow up in that serving and giving, it just became our lifestyle, but it became informed our legacy of giving. And also, then what started happening in our business while we were there in California, we were developing different businesses. We had a consulting firm. We had then, worked on several different ways of developing and consulting and building companies. We had Epic, or excuse me, not Epic. We had Peculiar Solutions International Consulting Firm. We had, then we started, we lost everything at one point, going through challenges, and different things. And we started from scratch a couple times, my wife and I. And within 5 months, we had developed a six-figure business, and it all had to do with serving and giving back to people as well, which was known as the widow's handyman. So we started giving back every other week in California to the widows. And what I was challenged with was that, it's easy to give money and help and support. We were supporting different organizations, giving and serving. But what about your time? And the fact that you work 40 hours and have businesses that you have developed, Carlos. This is father, Papa talking to me. He's like, what if you gave 10% of your time? Because often Chantel and I, because we served and gave so much, we found ourselves, to be honest with you, giving more than 10% of our time, which is fine. I'm not saying nobody should ever do that. No, I'm saying that was, we were had a business for profit, and we had ways that we gave, but we found ourselves just giving so much. And God was like, wait, what if you gave 10% even of your time? And so, but it became very purposeful and very powerful because we took our company, and it was at the time, it was handyman services we were starting to do. And we implemented where every other Friday we would give to widows. And we got known and got the reputation as the widow's handyman because we would go serve and give to the widows. And we would donate that day, that Friday, every other Friday. Again, 10% of your time if you're working a 40-hour week. Two 40-hour weeks makes 8 hours. So every other Friday, we would go and serve and donate the 8 hours. And so we were doing that for several years in California. Again, we got featured by some company, came in and videoed us and did a video even way back then about the widow's handyman and how we would serve and donate time to widows. So it was interesting. Again, we didn't ask for it, just somebody told them and then they came and did a story on us. And so again, I tell you this to raise awareness and to challenge you to give, because giving back really does matter. It's a huge part of bringing bond and purpose and mission into your community, into your company, and why you exist, why you serve. And for our family, that was some of our very much core values. We talk about core activities, but core values is very important to Chantel and I, and how we give back is very important. We still, like I said, serve that orphanage and give money to the orphanage in Mexico, Casa de Hogar in Mexico with Choyita and Lupe and the boys there that we serve and bless every Christmas. Well, we give them money constantly. We fund and support them on a regular basis with our companies. But also now, how can we give on a local basis was always our heart, even in California when we were there. Well, when we moved to Georgia in 2020, we literally got here the month before COVID hit in January. Everyone thought we knew something. That's why we left California. We're like, no, we didn't. But we had our company still running there, where it was handyman and construction services. We had developed that, and we had a team that was running that, an administrative team, and a board and everything. You know, it was great. And team members. We had great technicians that would go out and do work, and were awesome at doing the work. And they still were doing the widows' day, serving and giving every other Friday. When we left and COVID hit, California completely 100% shut down. And so there was no business. We had no business there. So when we got here, we had come here to Georgia to buy land, buy a house so we could have our marriage mastery stuff and start working with couples and helping them in relationship. And then we started helping singles, right? Well, that was the purpose of coming to Georgia. And we did that. And as we moved here and we were coming here to do that, and supposedly our company was going to support us and keep us moving forward here in Georgia, all of a sudden that company shut down because of COVID. All of a sudden things are shut down. We can't even do retreats. Now we had to pivot. And that's where our community, Epic Your Life, was birthed out of that process. And we started helping singles to get married, and we started helping people to get engaged. And that's where we met Jesse Kaufman during that process. And so we so that's where Epic Your Life was birthed. That's where the Amish Matchmaker reputation came from, because for the last 5 years, almost 6 years, I guess it would be now that it's 2026, is we were doing that. We were doing the retreats and traveling and doing all kinds of stuff for relationships and coaching and mentoring people and helping with their businesses and their develop their legacy, right? Are you with me still? We're still doing it. But at January, we made the deal to purchase Nesbitt Repair, which is out of Madison, Georgia. Now, when we got there, we made the decision when we purchased it that we were going to get back to giving to widows. And now we'd have, again, a business where we could do that once again and resurrect that concept. So today, that's what today is, just to kind of give you background and what led to this. But why am I telling you this on the Love Talk Men's Edition? How do you give back? How do you serve as a couple? Maybe that's your heart to serve and give. You need to go do it more often and find you a wife there that's serving and giving, because that will collaborate and connect your missions of serving and giving. That's what, even come full circle to tell you about our story, Chantel and I. That is really one of the great things that has knit our heart, is serving and giving. I told you we went on our honeymoon to Belize with our kids. Then every chance we got, we would serve and give. Skid Row cleanup. We would do feeding the homeless. We would do things with churches and organizations. We would do healing ministries. And our kids were always there with us. They saw us on Skid Row. They saw us when we would meet up with people and clean. They would clean with us. And then love on people and talk to them and get to know them and really care about them and be genuinely interested in them, regardless of their status, whether they were homeless or whether they were wealthy people. And we've been around all different walks of life and traveled the world with our kids, serving in Mexico and going to orphanages as a family. Instead of celebrating commercialized Christmas, we would go down there and love and serve and celebrate the love of the Father and the love of, and the sacrifice of Jesus Christ and the celebration of his birth and acknowledgement of that. We would do it through love and serving. So do you follow me? Like, we always have had something that we do and serve and give back together. Now, for these last 6 years, it's been literally a part of our business as well, blessing others, hosting events, serving others, and it's been a big focus on connecting and loving with mom and dad and establishing our ranch here in our family and bringing mom and dad here, building them a home. My brother and sister-in-law, bringing them here and building a home. Our kids now are here. My son, my daughter, and again, establishing a place for them here on the ranch. And it's just been a powerful process. And now we're back. Now we're back having a service company that gives back. And matter of fact, can you see that? There is our motto, our mission is love your neighbor. Our whole mission is love our neighbor for profit, 100%. We don't cut any corners. We charge well when we're charging. We charge premium. There's no doubt. And matter of fact, we've lost some clients because of that. And I told them I want technicians and people that are coming to work for Nesbitt Repair for life. They're going to make a career out of it. I want them to be able to come and work for Nesbitt Repair and work their way up, get trained, or come as a skilled technician and be paid six figures. That's where we're headed with this company. And I cannot do that if I don't charge appropriately for our services, skilled services of plumbing, electrical, and handyman services. So we've lost some clients because of that, but we also then utilize the company to give back. And today we will be paying our technicians. We will be paying our staff, our administrative staff, our office. We will be paying everyone that works for us to come today into the office, come today into our company, Nesbitt Repair, and then go out and donate time to people of need. We've got 3 or 4 widows today that we are working with. I am super grateful to say that, oh, I don't have that card. There are a group of men I met with yesterday, powerful men of Morgan County and Madison area, leaders, business owners, retired, uh, and I'm honored and blessed to work with them. I've got to find that card and tell you their names because they have a ministry and we're going to be collaborating with them because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We love collaboration. I always knew we would do so much more if we could collaborate. And so we did it in California. We did some collaboration, like I said, and it was powerful to do the Widow's Handyman there. And now we're doing the same here in Georgia. Nesbitt Repair gives back every other Friday. And today, that's the day. And so we will serve and bless and pay our team to serve and bless. So it literally, when you have a team of people working, and normally you would be charging hundreds of dollars per hour for your team to go out and work, then that accumulates to thousands of dollars on Friday. Why am I telling you this? Because count the cost. It's going to cost you to serve and give back, but it's worth it. You can never outgive Papa. You can never outgive Father, Abba. He is a good daddy, and he wants us to serve and give and bless others. So what can you do as a man to create some way of actively, proactively going out and serving and giving of your time? What are you doing with your wife, with your children? What are you doing with your girlfriend? Like I said, or maybe you should go find your girlfriend or spouse. If you have a heart of giving and serving, which I hope you do, I hope that's why you're here. I hope I can inspire you, encourage you to do that, because it has made our life epic by giving. And I am super grateful that we get to collaborate and connect with others in our community and serve them and bless them. And we get to connect and help people who just don't have the ability or the physical way or know how to take care of their home. We a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago today, we got the privilege and honor of going in and helping a lady with her plumbing that was just falling apart under her sink, and it was leaking, and it was rotting out her cabinets. So we went in and sealed everything and repaired it. And then we started going down into her basement. And man, everywhere we'd go, the plumbing was just crumbling and breaking, and because it was old cast iron pipe. And so we redid the plumbing all the way to her sewer and out, and it was just a lot, but it was so worth it and such a blessing to help her and see our team working together and loving on this amazing widow. And her gratitude and her smile has said it all. And so we love what we do. Can you do something like that? Yes, you can. You just do it. You make it happen. And maybe it is that every other Friday you do the same. You take off of work where you work and you tell your boss, I would like to do this. And you could help us if you're here local in Georgia. You could join us even every other Friday and come join us as we donate and give back to the community by serving widows, serving the less fortunate. Maybe we've even offered to help elderly. Maybe it's veterans or handicapped people that just don't have the ability to do these things or the finances. We want to bless them, and that's the beautiful thing too. I know that Nesbitt Repair has helped a lot of people to serve them and then allow them to make payments. Well, again, we're not going to do that, but if you again can't afford our services now because we charge a premium, which I don't apologize for that. We're going to give you a premium service, an excellent service. We're going to have technicians that are qualified and certified and actually, making this business into a career for themselves, supporting their family for life. So benefits and six-figure income is very beneficial for someone who's working hard and has a good skill like it requires to be a plumber or electrician. And so we are looking for qualified plumbers, electrician. If you want to transfer, you want to move to Georgia, or if you're watching this and you live in Georgia and you want to be a part of a company that will actually pay you to serve widows, to serve people in need, we're doing interviews. We're taking applications. We're growing this thing. And we love what we do. We're going to make it amazing. And so what can you do to give back? Again, my question: what can you do to connect with others and bless others and do it as a family? Do it as a couple. Do it as boyfriend and girlfriend. Do it as engaged. Do it as a married couple. Do it as a family with your children. It will unite you. And believe me, your kids are going, oh, I don't want to do it. And then when you get them out there and they're doing it and you make it, be committed to it, be consistent, you will see the blessings and the benefits that will come from it. It's powerful. It's amazing. I'm grateful that we have done it for so many years. My kids have gone to Mexico for so many years. My kids have served and cleaned Skid Row for so many years. My kids have given food banks, shelters, and given out clothing for so many years. We've also had the privilege and blessing of traveling the world together as a family and getting to see things in Europe, getting to travel abroad and enjoy the things from working hard, serving others, and blessing others. It has paid off too as well in our businesses because it's a work ethic that we've instilled in our children as well to serve and bless and give. So, what can you do to give back? What can you do to bless others? And what are you willing to do to serve? We think it's powerful. We know it brings unity. We know it brings families together. We know that's a great place to find your spouse. So, can you put in the comments below how you're going to serve, where you give back, what you do to bless others and give to others? It's powerful. What skills do you have that you can donate? Or can you go out and just serve food? Can you go out, help clean up Skid Row in California if you're in California, or serve and bless the homeless, serve and bless the widows, the orphans? It's a powerful thing. All right, let's see what these comments are saying. But seriously, if you're on our school platform in our community, because I'm live right now, will you please make some comments of how you give back and how you serve? And if you're watching our content, Connection DNA, you know that in Connection DNA, that's one of the questions we ask as well. And we encourage you to find a place to give, find a place to donate your time as a family and bring unity in serving and giving. That's what our Father did. That's what he does, and Yeshua did when he was here on this earth. serving and blessing others. The greatest servant of all. Some of the greatest leaders on the planet that ever lived were those who served. So, all right, I'm going to check these comments out. Cheers. Drink them if you got them. I haven't been drinking them very much. Funny. All these comments. It would be nice if some of them were beneficial. Why are you here? There's one that says, thank you. What are y'all talking about? All right. Boy, they are commenting like crazy. I guess that helps give views. I don't know. I live outside of a large community. I got a question. This USA. Hello to everyone in the world. Hello. Jesus rose up from the dead. Okay. Way to truth is life. Okay. Yes. Hello, Wisconsin. Very good to hear that you help other people in other countries. I try to help the youngsters in my community by giving back as an assistant coach. All right. That's awesome. Good job. I'm going to post that on my social media. I'm posting good comments. So, okay, that's cool. Sally Struthers helped a lot of people overseas. That's cool. Good job. I'll post that. Happy Good Friday, everyone. All right, there's somebody. That's a good comment. Hello. Thanks for commenting on that. It's true. People are celebrating Good Friday. Much love from Kansas, and you're having a great day or night. Take care. All right. Much love from Kansas. There we go. See, people stopping by on our social media actually can be kind and have good comments. Read my Amish matchmaking joke. I like your matchmaking joke. I like it. It's pretty clever. It says, aren't all matchmakers on fire or something like a match? Get it? Something, I don't know. Anyways, that was good. And then a beautiful thank you from this person, too. All right. Awesome. So now coming back, did you comment? Did you tell me how you give back or how your legacy is going to serve and bless others? It's interesting because if you read the Bible and you do believe in the Bible, you will find that that's what some of the commandments and some of the things they say to do is to serve others and give back. And it says, when you do it to the least of these, you do it to me. So helping the orphans, the widows, people in need. It's part of what we've done our whole lives, Chantel and I, and it's part of our core values is serving and giving to others. So every company that we've ever developed and every company we've ever bought and do, we always give back. Matter of fact, we have a puppy business in Texas, just another branch of a company that we have and are part owners in, and it is called Hidden Acres Puppies, and it's leaving paw prints on hearts of man. And our puppies are not cheap either. We specialize in training, loose leash, um, training, loose leash walks, collar, where they're used to having a collar and a leash on, love and affection and connection. They are ESA ready puppies, meaning that they've been trained and they are crate trained, potty trained, like awesome puppies, right? Very few puppies that we sell because it's very exclusive, very expensive puppies. However, how do we give back with puppies? We donate puppies a lot to people again in different we've worked with organizations that help make a wish like Make a Wish Foundation. Never worked with actually Make a Wish, but there's a couple other foundations and it's slipping my mind. I apologize, but there's a foundation we recently donated training and puppy to, and we've done it multiple times. Different times we give to people that are in need that could use some support of a puppy. And they're mini golden doodles. They're awesome, awesome puppies, designer puppies. And again, We love leaving paw prints on hearts, and we love our dogs. We have dogs ourselves. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to be a part of that business too, and partnered with them in that process, in that mission of leaving paw prints on hearts of humans through puppies and through dogs. It's a man's best friend, great companions. We love our dogs. So we do so much. Again, every business we create is always about connection, love, and affection. And every business that we help with, we always say the mission is very important. The heart behind the business is very important. The why behind the business is very important. And the mission and the why and the heart behind your legacy is very important. So I think that's, if you'll have a takeaway today, I would love to hear how you serve and how you give back, and have conversations about it. Like, it's good, and to hear different ideas that you have of giving back and ways that you're blessing and helping others. All right, let's see some more comments. That's positive. Keep it up, mate. Thanks. Because I'm talking about puppies. I'm talking about Good Friday and nice positive stuff. Keep it up, mate. Thank you. I believe that serving others should be from the right place. Don't shout it from the rooftop. Keep it to yourself and help on Main Street. A lot of people get rich from the compassion of others. You know what? Again, that's your opinion. And I've heard that so many times. It's unbelievable how people will say that. You pull things out of context, out of the word, and we could do a deep dive Bible study on that if you'd like. I love that research and study about that, because taking that out of context, say, your left hand shouldn't tell your right hand what you're doing, and if you shout it, then you have your reward. No, totally taken out of context. In the Bible, when it talks about that, it was literally dealing with people who were doing it. It's the heart behind it. It's always the heart behind it. Always 100%. Oh, I'm very passionate about this. Goodness gracious. So you have your opinion. I'm grateful you have an opinion. Uh, you don't know me. You don't know my heart. You don't know why I do what I do. And I'm encouraging you to do it for your legacy, for your family. I'm encouraging you to do it so that you can help others. Trying to say that I'm doing it for whatever attention. Maybe you could go help someone. Hopefully, this would inspire you to go serve and bless someone and give back. That's my heart, that I want you to do that. And the benefits from it are more than just helping people. It's also bringing unity to you and your spouse, or maybe you and your potential girlfriend or boyfriend. If this is male or female that's making this comment, I don't know. But it literally will help you to create unity, a bond, and a purpose and a mission behind your life and your legacy and your relationships with your family. It's super powerful. And then developing and bringing community together to go and serve others. So there's better results and far more fruit than building a business out of it. Look, it takes a whole lot of other skills to build a reputable business, I promise you, than just giving. If you could build a business with no business skills or strategies, you can build a business just by going out there and serving others and telling the world about it. I promise you, everyone would be doing that, but they're not. Business and religion don't mix. Well, it's up to you whether you think that's religion, to give and love and take care of people through a business. It's your opinion. All right. Well, it's going to be a great day. Go out and serve others, bless others. Go out and again, school platform, please. Tell me how you serve, how you give back. I'd love to hear about it. Let's have some great discussions around it. All right. We'll see you next week. Or no, we'll see you over the weekend. Remember, this is the weekend where we do his creation code for success to develop our 12-week year for the next 12 weeks and establish and develop our big three for this next 12 weeks. It's going to be awesome. Look forward to seeing you this weekend. God bless you. And those of you here on our live stream, thanks for being here. And thanks for your good contributions. Those of you that was making good comments and good contributions here on our channel, Amish Matchmakers. It's legacy today. Finish strong. It's giving back. It's loving well. Go do it. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. And if this inspired you, motivated you in any way, or gave you some great information to help you develop a family that is bonded and rooted and connected, would you go and like and subscribe to our social media platforms, especially on YouTube? The Amish Matchmakers on YouTube. Would you subscribe and hit the notification bell? Because it matters. The bigger our channel gets, the more people that hear about us, the more we can spread love and honor, and the more we can help people to have epic lives through epic marriages. We are known as the Amish Matchmakers. We're Carlos and Chantel Campos, and we help Amish singles to find godly spouses, create epic marriages, and develop a legacy that is rooted in faith, freedom, and above all else, love. Love your neighbor today. God bless you. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being here. Hey, thanks, bro, for subscribing. That's awesome. Promise, do our best to keep bringing good content, things that'll help bless the world. Appreciate that. That means a lot.